And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the third overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Play action. It's Darnold. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they want to get him going early in this one because, remember, he struggled throwing the football last week, and he's firing away to start this one. But that one was incomplete.
Steps away. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3. Faking the give, Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 32. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back to throw, Darnold. That'll be caught by Bobo. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Daniil Hunter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Under pressure, they got him again. Daniil Hunter, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Here's Smith to return it.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Stroud working out of the gun.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Right there to bat that one free, Kobe Bryant defensively. Now a 2nd and 10. You talk about this Seahawk defense.
And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
3rd and 5. And Stroud now to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Stroud to throw it.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Stroud.
Flush to his right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. So a big sack for a loss of 4. It brings up 4th and goal.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Fairbairn able to put this one through.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Darnold. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. A play fake, and it's Darnold.
He completes this to Walker.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
To throw is Darnold.
Open man, there's Bobo.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Motion left, Cup. Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass going to turn into a loss.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. To the air again, Darnold. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Sam Darnold, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 10-3. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Stroud sets up the play action. He'll let this go deep for Collins.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
This is taken at the 18. 6-yard return after a punt of 48.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On the counter, it's Walker. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And his throw here is incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That's returnable now for Smith.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. This will be complete to Mechie.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Mixing up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Here's Stroud.
Escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19.
Now Stroud.
And he's going to go down again. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Darnold
setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And they'll get this down to the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Darnold from the gun. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Myers' kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. He's got the lone touchdown of the game on a touchdown run. We'll see if he can get it going through the air as this one goes on. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They go again with Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Stroud. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Seahawks offense had Cooper Kupp making their way back out. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Into about the 23.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a third and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud to Mixon on the check down. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Back to throw, Darnold. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Now a run with Walker. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Hand off here to Walker.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And this will be a Texans first down as he gets this up past the 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run the...
And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down.
It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Stroud looking to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Pierce now up the middle.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And Stroud now to throw.
Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Stroud to throw it.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Darnold now to throw.
Open man is Barner, the tight end.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now Darnold.
He'll get that to Charbonnet.
Room here to run. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Throw out wide to Walker.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try for the 1st with Walker.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the 4th quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Will Anderson
in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. To throw is Darnold. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Right there to bat that one free, Kobe Bryant defensively. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On the delay, it's Mixon. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Throwing now is Stroud. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here is 3rd and 5. A draw play for Mixon. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Darnold. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return.
And the Texans will take over. So Stroud and the Texans
down 13-10, a minute 44 to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down.
Now this one into the hands of Mechie.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Repeat of the last play, going to Mechie here.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now Stroud.
His throw incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Stroud connecting with Mixon.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Here's Stroud. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. Second down, 8 yards to go. Stroud to throw it. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Seahawks,
they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Houston,
it'll be double digits in losses as they fall to 7-10 for their final mark.
and I think you have to say ultimately this was a team that really underachieved.